It is finally here. My new fantasy book, Kingdom of Dragons, is out on Kickstarter right now. This is my 4th published fantasy novel, and it's the start of a new series about 2 young dragon riders struggling to find their place in a world of warring kingdoms and dangerous secrets. Zora has dreamed of revenge ever since a sun warden murdered her father. When she saves a town from bandits alongside her fellow rangers and discovers a dragon egg, she might finally get her chance. After dragons killed Roven's best friend, he vowed to destroy them all. Apprenticing himself to a sun warden, he steals a dragon egg and infiltrates Elysium, the floating academy of the dragon riders, to destroy it from within. But as Zora and Roven train their dragons, master new magic, and grow closer together, they will question everything they once knew. When the chance comes to take their revenge, how will they deal with the weight of their past? This story has been an amazing passion project for me, and you've probably seen me document a lot of my experience of writing and editing this book over YouTube videos across the last year. And so I almost feel like I've written this book in partnership with you, just through the process of you watching these YouTube videos and kind of seeing how the book has evolved, and also hearing the different writing lessons that I have taken away from different parts of this process. But even though I started writing this book 2 years ago, I actually feel like it's almost been in the work for 2 decades. Growing up as a kid, it was books like Aragon and Harry Potter that got me into reading fantasy, because I just love these stories about young people thrust into these worlds of magical adventure and discovering friends along the way that became closer than family and became people that understood them for the very first time in their lives. Yet also being forced to confront these huge burdens of responsibility and being forced to confront the darkness and corruption of the world around them. And this was very much the inspiration for Kingdom of Dragons, to take all the things I loved about these sort of coming of age fantasy stories and infuse it with a bit more of an adult sensibility, to write a complex story where it's not the main characters going up against a obviously evil bad guy, but rather it is about 2 young people with noble intentions who are forced to go up against each other, with no way for them to both get what they want. And maybe for them to even realize that perhaps they don't even really know what they want after all. Kingdom of Dragons has received some amazing comments from my early readers. I think my favorite was this one here, that I totally got that nostalgic Dragon Rider vibe from it while still feeling like I was reading a modern fantasy novel. And so I can't wait to share it with you as well and see what you think of this story that I've poured so much of myself into. So you can check out the Kickstarter by clicking the link in the description down below. That will take you to the Kickstarter page where there's all the details about what's involved there. The main reason why I'm doing a Kickstarter is to produce a really high quality edition of this book that would normally be at the standard of like a special edition or a deluxe edition, with interior illustrations and even some other cool bonuses that we're going to try to throw in as well. There's going to be at least 4 interior illustrations inside the Kingdom of Dragon book. And as the funding increases for the Kickstarter, we'll be able to hopefully commission even more artworks to go inside the story as well, to further develop the world and the intricacies of the characters. Plus, every paperback and hardcover copy will be personally signed by me. There is also a reward tier you can select where you'll be able to get a one-on-one call with me, and you can use that call as a bit of a coaching session for your writing and for your story. So we can go through and edit your story together. You can ask me any specific questions you have about your novel that you're working on right now. And normally this is something I reserve only for my story coaching clients. And in fact, I'm fully booked out with my one-on-one story coaching clients until the end of this year, and probably into a bit of next year as well. So this is really one of the few ways that you can get my one-on-one feedback with your writing, and as such, I am limiting that tier to 8 people maximum. On the Kickstarter page, you can also read a sample of the opening chapters as well, and there's even a video on that page of me reading some of the opening chapters too. I might post that on this YouTube video at some point over the next few days as well. I'll see how we go. But the last thing I wanted to say is just thank you so much for your support. I've seen so many of you sharing this book around, getting excited about it, asking me really good questions about what's happening in the story, and it's been amazing to see this YouTube channel grow over the past year as I have sort of shared this process of writing this book, and also the insights that I've discovered through the process of writing this book as well. That's largely what all of the videos and the content on this channel is all about. It's sort of documenting my process as a writer, sharing my journey. So thank you so much for being such an awesome support throughout this process, and I can't wait for you to read the book. So go ahead and click the link in the description down below to check out the Kickstarter and get your copy of Kingdom of Dragons today. Enjoy.